So today we're going to go to the next section, which is section 8.4. So if you could write that down in your notes, please. 8.4. We're going to talk about rhombuses or rhombi. Doesn't matter how you say it. Just like octopus and octopi. Any Latin scholars? Yeah. You know, what's the plural ending of your second declension, nominative case? Oh, I. Ryan got it. It's the plural ending. The plural ending of your second declension, nominative case, is I. So if you think of your second declension, it's us, e, o, o. E, orum, isos for your endings. So when you have a us, like octopus, when it becomes plural, it becomes octopi. Just like alumnus becomes alumni, right? There's your little hint for today. So we're going to talk about rhombuses or rhombi, rectangles, and squares, okay? We just did that one. So far, we've talked about quadrilaterals, which means it just has four sides. And now we talked about parallelograms, which have two sets of parallel sides. Now we're going to be a bit more classified. So if we think of this in like an animal analogy, we talked about animals up here at the top with quadrilaterals. Then we talked about like dogs, for example. Now we're going to be even more specific. So we're going to talk about schnauzers and pit bulls and terriers. Okay, does that make sense? So we're going to get a little bit more specific. The three we're going to cover today, you can please write those down. The rhombus, the rectangle, and the square. These are their definitions, and these are the key points. I know that you guys have obviously already seen a rhombus or a square and rectangle. Many of you have probably seen a rhombus before. But we're going to be a little more specific about the definitions. Please write these down. Leave some space for a picture. You're going to draw a picture. Leave some space for a picture underneath or next to it. A rhombus is a parallelogram that has four congruent sides. A rectangle is a parallelogram with four right angles. And a square is a parallelogram with four congruent sides and four right angles. So notice how the square has both of those properties. Also notice that all of these are also parallelograms. Just because they're called something different, they're also still parallelograms. Just like a terrier is still a dog, we're just being more specific. Okay? So for a picture for a rhombus, it looks like a parallelogram, but we can be more specific, and we can say that all four of the sides are congruent, or equal. It looks like a little square that you pushed over. So if you drew a square and then pushed the top, and it kind of moved over a little bit. Anybody play The Sims, or has played The Sims? That little green thing on top of them is a rhombus. You know how they walk around with a little thing on top of their heads? Yeah, it's a diamond. So diamonds are types of rhombuses. Okay. A diamond is an example of a rhombus. Okay. A rectangle has four right angles. Obviously, you guys have seen those before. So the definition is only that it has four right angles. Now, are the opposite sides still equal for this? Yes, but that's because it's a parallelogram. Remember, all three of these are also parallelograms. So anything we learned about parallelograms is still true for these guys. just like a dog has 4 legs, right? So if I tell you any type of dog, it's still going to have 4 legs, right? As opposed to like a chicken. A square. Notice that the square has both of these combinations. It has all 4 congruent sides, just like the rhombus, and it also has all 4 right angles. Okay? Does that make sense here? Anybody still writing that down or drawing that down? Okay? Right now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little activity. Okay? So let me stop this recording because I don't want you to record this. Goodbye.